Did you finish the report?
I did, yes, finally. It took me all evening.
Good. Did she review it?
She does not review my reports. I do that myself.
I just used 3 different forms of the same verb in 3 sentences, and you used 2, and neither of us thought about it for even 1 second.
Wait, say that again?
Did you finish? I did. Does she? I do. That is do, does, and did, all in the space of 4 short sentences.
And it sounded completely natural.
That is the goal of today's episode. By the end of this lesson, do, does, and did will feel just as natural for you as they did for us just now.
Welcome to Day 2 of the Boundless English 30-Day Grammar Challenge. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jade. Yesterday we tackled be, been, and being. Today we are going even deeper into one of the most important verb structures in English. Do, does, and did.
And I want to say up front, this sounds simple. People think they know this. But there are layers to this grammar point that even intermediate learners get wrong every single day.
There are, because do, does, and did do not just exist in questions. They appear in negatives, in emphasis, in short answers, and in everyday conversation in ways that most learners have never been taught.
So today is not just the basics. It is the complete picture.
Let's start right at the beginning, the foundation. And then we build from there.
Do, does, and did are what we call auxiliary verbs, or helping verbs. Their main job is to help form questions, negatives, and certain emphatic statements in English.
And here is the first thing to understand. Which form to use depends on 2 things: the subject of the sentence and the tense.
Let's take tense first. Do and does are present tense. Did is past tense. That part is simple.
Very simple. Now, within the present tense, do is used with I, you, we, and they. Does is used with he, she, and it, the third person singular.
So, I do understand. You do know her, right? We do want to help. They do care about this.
And on the other side, she does her homework every evening. He does not agree. It does not matter. Does she know yet?
The confusion I used to have was, why do we need does at all? Why can't we just say she do, like we say I do?
Great question. English verbs in the third person singular present always take an S or ES. She works, he runs, it matters. When we form a question or negative, the auxiliary verb does carries that third person S, so the main verb can go back to its base form. Does she work? Not does she works.
So does is doing double duty. It is asking the question and carrying the third person signal.
Exactly. And this is where many learners go wrong. Does she works here? Wrong. Does she work here? Correct. The moment does appears, the main verb drops the S.
Let me test myself.
He usually calls on Fridays. Turn that into a question. Go ahead.
Does he usually call on Fridays?
Perfect. The S moved from calls to does. Now, give me the negative.
He does not usually call on Fridays. Or he doesn't usually call on Fridays.
Flawless. That contraction, doesn't, is extremely important. In natural spoken English, does not is almost always contracted to doesn't. He doesn't know. She doesn't care. It doesn't matter.
And do not becomes don't.
Yes, I don't think so. We don't have time. They don't understand. These contractions are not optional in spoken English. They are standard. Using the full forms in casual speech actually sounds more formal and slightly unnatural.
Now let's talk about did, the past tense form that works for everyone.
Yes. In the past tense, there is no separate form for third person. Did is the same for I, you, He, she, it, we, and they. Beautifully simple.
Did you call her? Did he arrive on time? Did they know about the meeting? Did she understand?
And the negative. Did not or didn't. I didn't see it. She didn't call back. They didn't finish on time.
And here is the crucial rule. After did in a question or negative, the main verb always returns to its base form. No past tense on the main verb.
This is the single most common mistake learners make with did. Did she called? Wrong. Did she call? Correct. He didn't went. Wrong. He didn't go. Correct.
Because did is already doing the past tense work. The main verb gets to relax.
Say it that way every time you are uncertain. Did carries the past. The main verb relaxes back to base form.
Let me give some examples to practice hearing it. Did you finish your homework? I didn't finish it. I ran out of time. Did she enjoy the film? She didn't say, but she seemed happy.
Notice, every main verb after did or didn't is in base form. Finish, say, enjoy. Not finished, said, enjoyed.
This is clicking for me. Let me try building a short dialogue using only did correctly.
Go ahead. I'll be the other person.
Did you watch the match last night?
I did. It was incredible. Did you see that last goal?
I didn't, actually. I fell asleep in the second half.
That didn't happen to me. I was wide awake the whole time.
Did the team play well overall?
They did. They really did.
And that last they did, the repeated did for emphasis, that is something I want to talk about because it sounds so natural.
Perfect timing. That brings us to the third major use of do, does, and did, emphasis. This is the use that most grammar textbooks skip entirely, and it is absolutely everywhere in natural English.
When we want to strongly confirm something or push back against a doubt, we use do, does, or did in a positive sentence for emphasis.
Examples. Someone says, I don't think you care about this. And you respond, I do care. I really do.
The do makes it emphatic. It says, no, actually, this is true, and I am making a point of saying so.
Past tense. Someone says, you didn't call me. You say, I did call you 3 times.
Present with she or he doesn't seem interested. He does seem interested. He is just quiet about it.
This emphatic use is completely natural, and native speakers use it constantly. But because most learners only learn do and does in questions and negatives, they never develop this pattern.
Let me try some. Someone doubts that I studied. I say, I did study. I studied for 3 hours.
Someone says you don't like the food. You say,
I do like it. I just don't love spicy food in general.
someone questions whether he remembered. You defend him.
He does remember. He just gets nervous and forgets to mention it. That emphatic does sounds so confident.
It does. It is. Now, let's move into the fourth use, which is short answers. This is something English learners desperately need but rarely practice.
Short answers? You mean like, yes, I do, and no, she doesn't?
Exactly. In English, one-word answers like yes or no alone can sound rude or flat in conversation. Native speakers almost always add the auxiliary verb to soften and confirm.
Do you like this? Yes, I do. Not just yes.
Does she speak French? No, she doesn't. Did they agree? They did eventually. Did you see it? I didn't know.
The short answer echoes the auxiliary from the question. If the question uses does, the answer uses does or doesn't.
Exactly. Let me ask you some questions, and you give me natural short answers.
Ready.
Do you enjoy these grammar challenges?
I do, genuinely. More than I expected.
Does grammar confuse you sometimes?
It does, but less than it used to.
Did you feel nervous starting this challenge?
I did, a little. but I am glad I started.
Did yesterday's episode on be, been, and being make sense?
It did. It really did.
4 questions, 4 perfect short answers, using do, does, and did, naturally, comfortably, conversationally.
Friends, let's stop here for a moment. If you are finding today's episode useful, please subscribe to Boundless English and like this video. And comment did below to mark day 2 of your challenge complete. We read every single comment and reply to as many as we can.
Let's now do a longer practice. I am going to describe a situation, and Alex is going to use do, does, and did in his response. Naturally, not forced. Ready?
Ready.
Situation 1. You are at work. Your manager asks whether the client confirmed the meeting. You need to answer and add some extra detail.
She did confirm. I got a message this morning. She doesn't usually reply so quickly, so I think she does take this meeting seriously.
Perfect. Did confirm, past emphasis. Doesn't, negative present third person. Does take, emphatic present. 3 forms, 1 natural answer.
Situation 2.
You are talking to a friend who heard a rumor that you don't like your new job. You want to correct them clearly.
I do like it, actually. I didn't at first. The first week was hard, but I genuinely do enjoy it now. It doesn't pay brilliantly, but that doesn't mean I am unhappy.
That is a brilliant answer. Do like, emphatic. Didn't, past negative. Do enjoy, emphatic again. Doesn't pay, negative third person. Doesn't mean, another. 5 correct uses in 4 sentences.
I keep surprising myself.
That is because the pattern is now inside you, not just memorized, internalized. Situation 3. You are telling someone about a friend who seems to have changed recently. She did used to be very outgoing, but lately she doesn't go out much. She didn't come to the last 2 events. I don't know what happened. I do hope she is okay. Excellent. And did used to is a particularly advanced structure. She did used to be. Emphatic confirmation of a past habit. Very natural.
I want to go deeper into one more area. Question tags. Do we use do, does, and did in question tags?
Absolutely. Question tags are those short questions at the end of a sentence. Isn't it? Aren't you? Can't she? And yes, do, does, and did appear in them constantly.
How does it work?
If the main sentence is positive, the tag is negative. If the main sentence is negative, the tag is positive. You like coffee, don't you? She doesn't know yet, does she? They went home, didn't they?
So the tag mirrors the auxiliary from the main clause?
Exactly. He does speak Japanese, doesn't he? You didn't see it, did you? They do understand, don't they?
Let me try. She works here, doesn't she?
Perfect. The main verb is works, present simple third person, so the tag uses doesn't she.
You didn't finish it, did you?
Correct. Negative main clause, so the tag is positive, did you?
We do agree on this, don't we?
Beautiful. Emphatic positive, so the tag is don't we. That is sophisticated English, Alex. Question tags are a real fluency marker.
They are something I used to completely avoid because I didn't know how to form them.
And now you do.
Let's recap the full lesson for today.
Do. Present tense used with I, you, we, they. For questions, negatives, emphasis, and short answers.
Does. Present tense used with he, she, it. Same functions. Questions, negatives, emphasis, and short answers. After does, the main verb drops its S or ES.
Did, past tense, used with everyone. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. For questions, negatives, emphasis, and short answers. After did, the main verb always returns to base form, never past tense.
The 3 extra uses everyone needs to know. Emphatic statements. I do care. Short answers. Yes, she does. Question tags. You understand, don't you?
And the contraction rule. In natural spoken English, do not becomes don't. Does not becomes doesn't. Did not becomes didn't. Using the full forms in casual speech sounds overly formal.
Today's task. 3 things. First, write one emphatic sentence using do or does in the present. Second, write one question using did where the main verb is in base form. Third, write one question tag using don't, doesn't, or didn't.
Say all 3 out loud. Then write them in the comments below. We will read every single one.
Comment did below when you have completed today's task. We are cheering for every single person taking this challenge. Tomorrow, day 3, and it is a fascinating one. We are looking at one of the most versatile and most confusing words in English. One single word, 10 different meanings.
One word, 10 meanings. I cannot wait.
See you tomorrow for day 3.
Goodbye, everyone. You are doing brilliantly. Goodbye.